Hello, everyone. It's William here from Allegory Gallery. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I hope you're all doing well. Um, I see a few people have joined. I see some people are having some hard times. Anna, thank you for being here. And we're sorry to hear about your dad. So we're sending you good vibes and hope everything is okay there. Anna said that her dad went back into the ICU today. So sorry to hear that. I see Susie is here. Thank you for being here, neighbor. Um, Norma is also here. Vicky is here. Thank you both for being here. If you're out there, please say hi. We'd love to hear from you. And yeah, what's going on in your day, Anna? Sorry to hear that it's been a hard day for you. Extra hard with everything in the world going on, let alone your dad having to go in. Um, it's never easy. It's never easy. I know that. Susan's here. Hello, Susan. Um, Anna says, thanks. He's got blood clots in both lungs. Well, hopefully they can help. Hopefully they can help. I know my brother recently went through blood clots, um, and his was pretty severe. The doctors asked if it was to the, like, he should have been coughing up blood. It was so bad. And they got him fixed. So we're going to send those good vibes to your dad. Hopefully they can get him on whatever blood thinners he needs to be on and get that taken care of. Um, let's see. Anybody else out there? How is everybody else doing today? Um, my day has been busy. We're getting ready. It's supposed to be cold this weekend, very cold this weekend. And I don't know what is actually happening weather-wise. Some people have said on the East Coast they're getting snow. I have not seen snow in the forecast yet for us. We're having our rock and mineral sale this weekend at Allegory Gallery in the store. Andrew and I have been pricing like crazy. I've got to load up the rest of everything in the car, maybe tonight, but probably tomorrow morning. I'm probably gonna load up the car tomorrow to do it in the light, in the daylight, because it's really cold and really dark out there right now. So I'll probably load up the car tomorrow morning and get everything taken up to the store and get set up. So I'm gonna have to leave bright and early to get up there in time to set up before we open at 11. And I'm hopeful that people will come out. I have no idea what it's going to be like. We've posted this event on Facebook, and um, it's one of the biggest. There are like 60 people saying that they're interested and they might come. So I have no idea. That's a pretty big response for a Facebook event. Normally, your Facebook events don't get that big of a response. So I have no idea what this could look like. We could have a lot of people in the store, or the weather might keep everybody away because it is supposed to be so cold. So I have no idea. It's going to be a high of 12 degrees tomorrow, um, a low of -5. So, and an all weekend, high of 13, high of 17. 17 is the highest it's going to get all weekend. So I don't know if people are going to come out. I'm not showing snow in the forecast, but I know some people are talking about snow on the East Coast, and I don't know if that's going to happen to us or not. Um, let's see here. Susan says, my day has been fair. Mookie's blood work came back, and it is extremely likely he has IBD. I don't know what IBD is. Maybe a touch of pancreatitis, but not looking like lymphoma. Well, that's good. Um, IBD. Irritable bowel? Is that a thing? Irritable bowel disease. Okay. Um, um, Anne is here. Hello, Anne. Brooke is here. Hello, Brooke. Um, Susan says, I don't think the storm will go as far north of PA, but we could get a lot of snow. I think Teresa, I don't know if she's here, she was saying in New York they were talking about getting it. So we're kind of right on that edge. So I don't know if that's still in line or if it's going to like swoop under and up. I haven't looked at the radars and all that. Um, Norma says, Susan, I'm glad it's not lymphoma, that's for sure. Um, let's see here. Anne also says, Anna, good thoughts to your dad. Mine just got released from the hospital today. I hope you can say the same soon. That's good, Anne. I'm glad your dad got released. Um, let's see here. Susan says, I have to put him on a special diet he won't like. Oh boy. Cats are very difficult to change their diets, right? I know that it is not easy. Um, Susie says, we are not to get the snow like the East Coast. Okay, good. Because I haven't seen it on any of my forecasts, but I know my forecasts are not always reliable. So um, I'm glad we're not supposed to get that. That makes me happy. At least it won't be snowy, most likely, this weekend. It'll just be cold. So if people are at least used to the cold, maybe they'll come out to the sale. We're having some really excellent prices. We've checked current prices. We've tried to search the internet for current prices on a lot of the rocks and fossils and things that we have, and we're doing like half off on a lot of things or more. Like some of them are like 70% off. So I'm hoping that people are going to come out and it's going to be a good weekend for sales. We'll see. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I could be inundated with people, or I could be sitting around with lots of rocks and minerals and crystals on tables and no one in the store. You never know, especially in the middle of winter. Um, Let's see. Susan's also here. Other Susan, thank you for joining us. Um, Anne says, I got the most luscious package from AG. I'll post some pics in the group soon. I hope it all made to you okay, Anne. Um, I tried to make sure everything was packed securely and well, so I hope everything made it okay. Um, and Leslie's here. Hello, Leslie. Thanks for being here. What kind of diet are they asking you to put Mookie on, Susan? Um, hopefully hopefully it's not too bad. I hope. Hopefully he'll transition fairly easily. And sorry, I'm like squinting over here. I'm on my laptop, my desktop. I think my desktop got too cold in this room. I think that's mainly its problem lately. It seems like when I put the heater, like I have the heater in here now, once I get the heater in here and things warm up, the computer works better. So I think it just doesn't like the cold. But it was not working. So I have my laptop, which is a smaller screen, which I'm like squinting to see. I'm hitting that age. Um, let's see here. Susan says, Anna and Susan sending healing vibes uh, for your dad and I'm sure Mookie. Everything made it great. Good, 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 good. Um, hydrolyzed diet, prescription diet. Um, I don't know. Hydrolyze it. That's all new to me. I know like we had to have Paolo on a prescription diet for his kidneys. And he took to that pretty well, thankfully. Um, so hopefully Mookie goes okay. The irritable bowel, I don't even know. Um, I do know one thing you might want to look at, and I can see if I can get more information. My aunt has done DNA tests. There are DNA tests out there for animals that will tell you a lot of things they're allergic to. And my aunt was having some problems with some of her labs, and they found out they were allergic to like lamb, and I think one was chicken even. So like even like the main foods that normally dog food comes in, they found out that they were allergic to, and she had to switch diets and different dogs had to eat different things. But it really helped. So it might be something, if it's an irritable bowel, it might be something that that he's allergic to. And maybe you can give one of those DNA tests and figure out if it's a particular kind of meat or something that he might be having an issue digesting. Um, but I know they make specific DNA tests for cats and dogs, and you can get them tested to see if they're allergic to any kind of meats or proteins and things like that. Um, let's see. Oh, Lennis is here. Hello, Lennis. See you sneaking in there. Um, Let's see. It's some sort of gastric special diet. Food is expensive. Um, oh, I'm sneak watching without sound. Okay. So hopefully you can see the subtitles, maybe. I don't know. Um, but hello, Lennis. um, um, Susan says, I'm sorry, I screwed up. Anna and Anne, yes, for your dads. Um, and Susan has Mookie. Um, Anna says, hello, William. I missed your first words trying to do two things at once. I'm just sending out good thoughts to you mostly, Anna. Um, and your dad, of course. Uh, Susan says, I need to separate all three cats to eat now. Not easy to do with the open plan of my house. That would be terrible. I have to admit, all of our cats eat together. They eat off of the same plates. They have two big dinner plates that we use usually each day. They get two big dinner plates, and I put food on the dinner plates, and they all eat together. Um, when Paolo had to eat his special food, I have to say that even though it was more expensive, the other cats also got some of his special food. It was very hard to keep them separated. So mostly everybody ate the special food, at least some of it, until he was done eating, and then I could give them some other stuff. But yeah, it was that's hard. Um, Ba, ba, ba. Susan says, Susan, I hope Mookie adapts to his new diet. Yes. Um, Anna says, I don't know how much more I can take this month. Thankfully, the month's almost over, but I know what you mean. It has been very difficult for you over there, both, like I said earlier, both worldwide and family wise. Um, Let's see here. Anne says, my sister has two cats. One needs to gain weight and one needs to lose weight. Not easy. I can't even imagine that. Uh, I don't know how you would even do that. Um, Susan, I don't know how I'd separate our cats. I've always traded off their food bowls. Yeah, it's hard. Um, Susan, it's hard with three cats. I also have few doors in my home, says Norma, and one cat is very overweight and should be restricted. Another rarely eats unless no one is looking. And Susan said the special food will be okay for Rupa, but not for Mina. That's hard. Hydrolyzed diet is prescription and super expensive. I empathize, says Vicky. So yeah, I've never heard of that, but like I said, if you can get the DNA test, they're not that expensive. I think you can get a DNA test done for $100 or $150. I think there are some that are cheaper, but if you want like the full spectrum of like figuring out all the different kinds of proteins, and you might want to check, um, because if it is something that's just a particular kind of meat, or at least you would know things to more stay away from. Um, and I mean, I don't know. You can talk it over with your vet. I'm not a vet, but maybe wouldn't need the special diet if you could get rid of the things that were inflaming his system. If it's, like I said, a particular kind of protein or something like that. But I think it's definitely worth maybe trying. Um, let's see here. It has been a tough month, says Susan. I can't hide from what is going on, but it is hard to watch. Yes. Yes, it is. Hello, Kimberly. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, we are on edge. Oh, there's Andrew says, I know there are people, I know tomorrow there are people planning not to shop. Unfortunately, we can't do without making sales. So we're planning to offset that by donating a percentage to charity. Um, Andrew says, do you think I can put my DNA in and send it in? Ow, meow. Yeah, right. Yeah, so we know tomorrow is a blackout day. Um, and a lot of people in Minneapolis and in other places, um, heavily hit areas, are planning to do a full blackout, no work, no sales, no shopping. Um, and you know, we set up our thing a long time ago for this event, and we can't really not do it if it's going to be something that's going to work for us. um, So we will be donating a portion of our sales um, to a worthy cause on our side of things. Um, if we happen to make sales, we have no idea what's going to happen. Um, but yeah, I'm glad Andrew mentioned that because I forgot to say that because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and we are feeling it. We are also trying to send out love and support to as many people as we can. We are thankful for those who decide to use their spending power to help our business and keep things on, who choose to purchase with us and businesses like us on our side of things. Um, and because the winter is hard, the winter is exceptionally hard. And this winter has been very hard because of how cold and snowy. We were closed all last weekend. Um, we were closed for a portion, I think, of the weekend before that or the one before that. We haven't been in the store very often, I feel like, this winter. So it has been harder. And it makes it very difficult. So instead of completely, we would love to be able to say that we're blacking out the whole day tomorrow, but we planned this so far in advance, um, and with so many people saying that they're interested in our event, it's really something that is hard for us to choose not to do. So we're going to choose to donate instead, and hope that people understand that and see that. Um, let's see here. Um, Smokey is kneading on me, and Phil did something new. He flipped over my Hub's drink, or tipped over my Hub's drink. Oh no, that's no good. Um, Leslie says not for small businesses. Even some small businesses are. Um, and that's the thing, is that, um, we would love to be, we believe in the reason that people are doing it, and we would love to be a part of it, but we cannot. So we were looking at things, and we saw a number of small businesses were talking about how they couldn't do it but would like to if they could, so they're donating a portion of sales. So that is what we've chosen to decide to do. Um, and yeah, so let's see here. Susan says, I'm blacking out big capitalists, not independent businesses like yours. Thank you. Um, thank you. Anna says, I support small businesses being open and will support you. I especially am supporting LGBTQIA plus and BIPOC businesses. Thank you. We appreciate that. Um, Susan says, I have to go get the prescription for the cat food and get the cat food before the snow starts to fly tomorrow night. Otherwise, might be a few days before I can get out. Ooh, yeah, make sure you get that. And says, I hope the event does really well for you. Thank you. We're hoping, but we have no idea. We have no idea. Um, 60 people on a Facebook event for us is a lot of people. Our Facebook events do not usually get like 60 some people registering as interested. So we'll see. That that Facebook Landia doesn't always turn into anything, um, but that many people in the area saying they're interested to come by, hopefully they will, and hopefully they'll find some stuff they like. We're gonna have some really good deals on stuff, and we're trying to. The idea is to move this stuff out. We're not trying to have a sale. I mean, we do want. Of course, we're looking at cash flow, but we also are trying to get rid of stuff and move stuff out of our storage. So many reasons why we would love it to do well. There are a lot of small businesses in Minnesota who are struggling. Restaurants closed because they have employees taken or afraid to go to work. Yes, um, that is a big thing. Um, absolutely. Andrew said there are a couple of infographics going around that talk about things people can do to help, and supporting LGBTQIA plus and BIPOC owned businesses is a way to vote with your dollars. Yes, please vote that way if you can. Um, um, yeah. And let's see here. Leslie said, yes, some did choose, but we all have to be practical. Yes. And that's, we do. We do. So, yeah, we're trying to do what we can. We want to be in the spirit of it. Um, and we're very, Johnstown, for the most part, is a it's a mix. Johnstown is a mix, but it leans blue. So we're lucky to be there, and we're lucky to have people around who support what we are doing, which is good. Susan says one of the indie bookstores here is staying open as a sanctuary with drinks, snacks, poster making materials, crafts, and arcs for people. Nice. That's a good idea. Um, yeah, I think if we were in a bigger area, that would be it'd be something that we could definitely do. Um, and if our store were bigger. But I mean, we always consider ourselves as a little sanctuary spot or a safe space. And we do hope that people know that. I think people knew that in Ligonier. We just need to get people to know that in Johnstown too. Um, let's see here. It says, I think necessary items like food and medication are okay. Yes. Yes. Um, let's see. Anna says, and alternatives to big box businesses are great to find. Yes, they are. They are. Um, there's an app called, I don't know if y'all know it. I think it's called Everywhere is Queer. Um, and as like a queer owned business, people can sign up and you can find businesses around you if there are any that have signed up for that. It started out very small and it has become this much bigger thing. Um, but we signed up a long time ago when we were in Ligonier, and I tried to switch our store over to Johnstown. I don't know if the switch actually went through. They've grown so much that it used to be really easy to get in that database because there it was such a small thing. Um, but now they have like I think they have paid tiers or donated tiers and stuff like that too. But um, we that is a useful tool. Everywhere, I think it's everywhere is queer. And if you look at that, I think they have a website now and there's an app, and you can find queer owned businesses around you if there are any that have registered. I don't know how many are registering now with things the way they are. Some are afraid to register, I'm sure. It's a shame to be that way, but it did have a fairly good database of businesses that you can support. Um, let's see here. Susan says a lot of small businesses here stayed shut for a day or two this week due to the winter storm. That's very hard. Yes. Yes, it is. That's like we were closed all weekend last weekend. And I don't know that anybody would have come in. I haven't talked to our neighbors yet to see if they were open and if they were busy last weekend. But, and we were considering because of how cold it is closing for this weekend. And really, um, we probably should have, but we already had set the dates for this rock sale. And, because there were so if the event was like 5 people were interested, we'd be probably have closed because it is so cold. And it's actually hard to keep our building warm when it's that cold. But hopefully people will come in. We'll see. There's a lot of people that said they're interested, so I'm hopeful. Um, Anne says there's a store here called Artsy Fartsy that was open today for free sign making. Nice. That's a good way to do it. Um, yeah. It's nice when people can get community together and do things and offer a space to do that. And that's what we're hoping to be a little bit more like in Johnstown, get people to realize that they can come in and hang out with us and make things and be a space to hang out. We'd love to have a lot of creative people around, and especially those who are feeling the same way we are about things right now. But yeah, that's what's going on with us for the weekend. Um, we have I have things to show you today that I'm going to show you. Sorry, I'm organizing my blanket here. I have a blanket on. I have the heater beside me. um, Anna says, William, will you post some leftovers from the rock sale, either here or in the D-Stash group? Maybe. So here's the thing. The rocks are hard to ship. I know there are people that do it. I don't know how they all do it. Um, we have some on our website right now, to be 100% honest, I think, unless I took them down. I should take them down. Because what happens is we have found when we ship things to people, like the rocks, some of them are very fragile. And so when people were getting them, they were deteriorating along the way. And we tried a lot of things to try. I mean, I could bubble wrap everything, but that's a little bit much. Um, to bubble wrap each individual rock if people buy them, but we might. I mean, if people really want us to do it, we will probably find a way to do it. Um, and I will be showing lots of photos of the rocks as the weekend goes on. So if you do see something you like, please let us know. I'm always happy to sell to you all and let you all get the things you want because you support us so much. So if you do see something you like, please don't hesitate to message us. Um, the easiest thing to do again always is a screenshot and send us an email. So if I take a picture of a flat, screenshot, mark up the one you want. If there's a particular one, send us an email, and I'll try and keep an eye on emails depending on how busy the day is, and look for you, and we will do our best to get them to you. Some rocks are just very fragile, um, and I know when Barb was helping us do the shipping, she shipped a number of things out to people with stones and rocks in them, and um, they didn't always make it. Sometimes they'd crack. Sometimes they just, I don't know if it was the friction, just the vibration, because they'd start to crumble a little bit. So with things that aren't that bad or that fragile, that's easy. Yes, we can do something like that. I know a lot of people have asked. Well, not a lot. A number of y'all have asked if we're going to do that. And I hate to say no because we want you to get stuff if you want it. And they're really, I think we price things super good. Um, but I also want it to make it to you without it being a huge hassle um, to get them to you. So we'll have to figure it out. But if you do see something you like, do not hesitate to let us know and we'll see if we can find it for you or get it to you in some way. Um, Anna says, I can imagine things like selenite or fragile. Yeah, we have like selenite, the needle sprays, which are super pretty, but like you don't even necessarily want to touch them too much with your hands because they're like needle-like. And they break immediately if they're wrapped up in pretty much anything. They're something that you want to take with you and kind of, you know, um, handle and keep track of. So those are things like that. We had some crocoite. The crocoite, it's an orange it grows on a black matrix. And the black matrix will crumble. The crocoite crystals stay, but they're so small because they're small little crystals on this black larger stone. And so that's what was happening. Like even in our storage, um, we had them stored um, in a bag together and just on our shelves where we have the online store stuff, and just the friction of moving them around completely demolished a few of the specimens. So. And that was something we weren't even really thinking about before it happened. And once it happened, we were like, oh, this is not great. So that's one of those things. But some things like we have citrines and we have fossils and other stones, malachites, and the malachite can be a little bit touchy maybe sometimes too. You have to watch. But we have other ones that aren't too bad, like blue petrified wood. Blue petrified wood. It's beautiful. And it is not going to get damaged in shipping. They are hard stones. Um, but there's a lot that would be fine. And if you're interested in that, we can show you those. But there are some of them that would be very hard to ship. Um, let's see. Anna says, I'd sure try to sell to your in-person customers. Winter isn't the best time to ship anyway. Yeah, it's a hard thing. It is a hard thing. Let's see. Andrew's saying you can always send requests to our email. Yes. Even if you don't see pictures. Um, and Andrew said those ones shouldn't be kept in a bag. I know. Um, they should definitely not be kept in a bag, but that was, that's what happened. But yeah, so that is do you have things like spheres and obelisks? No, we do not. Sometimes we get those in, but that's not what these are. These are raw specimens. So we posted some photos of some of the flats in the event. So if you take a look at that, you'll get a better idea of what it is. These are kind of raw specimens. These are not shaped. They're not cut. Um, they are in the rough, most of them. There are some, we do have some like ammonites that have been polished, and we have some polished pairs of ammonites. Um, but most of it is their rough fossils, fern fossils. We have crinoid stems. We have one large, I think, four-tooth mosasaur jawbone um, that is about this big. But most of them are like the rock specimens, like not formed, nothing done with, how they grow, chopped off and sold that way. Um, let's see. Ba-ba-ba. There's quartz spheres. We might have one quartz sphere, maybe two. They're about that big. We've sold most of those. Um, we've sold most of those. We do have tumbled stones, which we also sell. But everything else, pretty much, we might have some pyramids somewhere, some black tourmaline, I think, pyramids. I don't know if I've seen those though since the store moved. They might still be in the garage somewhere hiding. Um, but the quartz spheres, we did have big quartz spheres. I think there's one or two left. But we're getting low on those. If you are interested in those, we do have those. They're from Brazil.
Stop telling people no.
What?
Just tell them, just send the request to the email. Because there's some stuff that you're like, oh, we don't have that. And I know for certain we have it. So if you have a request, send it to the email.
Okay, if you have a request, send it to the email.
Because there's stuff that I know, because I know where stuff is. And sometimes you have the one where you don't see. So even though it's in your eyes, you get the nose blind. I'm just putting that out there because I know, like, I don't want anybody to be like, oh, well, they don't have it. They don't have it. They don't have it. Because a lot of times we do have stuff. It's just not on the website or it's not put out.
Okay. I know we don't have obelisks.
That's what you think. I mean, it depends. Like, I know we don't have a 6-foot one, but we have little small ones.
I don't know where you put them.
Probably in the garage still.
Anyway, y'all. Oh, Andrew's causing stuff. I guess I'm causing stuff. Anyway, I guess if you have a request, send it to the email. um, anyway, so yes, that's what we're doing. And that'll be this weekend. And hopefully it'll go well. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. But we'll see what kind of things we have that we can possibly ship easier, and we'll show them to you probably, of course. But like I said, I will be taking pictures all weekend, showing things off, trying to get more. That's if it's not already crazy. If it's crazy busy, I won't have time. That would be nice. But I will probably be taking pictures all weekend to entice more people to come in. Um, we'll send it attention, Andrew. I know, right? He knows where all the stuff's at. No, I don't know. But yeah, so that's what that's what's going on. We have I'm trying to think. The next thing is going to be my birthday celebration. I'll just bring that up again. That's on February 24th. If you haven't ordered a kit from our online store to play with kits that weekend, if you don't have a kit from us, grab one of those. Always nice to give our online store a little bit of love. We were doing really well with the online store for a little while, and then it slowed down here recently. And we were getting some new orders, which is really nice to see from people we don't know. it's always nice when I see a brand new customer's name come through, and hopefully you see them again. But if you don't have a kit yet, grab a kit so you can play along with us in making new things with kits for my birthday celebration. There's a blog post about this also on our website, and an event on Facebook that you can follow and say you're interested in, and all that stuff there too. Um, Susan says, "Yeah, I don't exactly have space for 6 foot obelisk. I don't live in a billionaire's castles, right? Or yeah, castles or castles of any type. Um, Probably has more than one. Yeah, yeah. But um, yeah. So birthday celebration going to be good. Hopefully, I hope. Hopefully you all tune in, and hopefully you're looking back through the things that you've made in the past with us and using our Allegory Gallery inspiration kits. So hopefully um, you will grab pictures and show us those. I know some people have started. Anne, I think, has shown us some already, which is really nice. Um, and get those ready to show off that day. It's going to be on a Tuesday, so mark that down. And show us what you've made using our kits in the past. And then if you have, hopefully you have a new kit. If you don't, like I said, grab one so we can get it shipped out to you, and or more than one. Grab a bunch of kits if you want to. Support small business, BIPOC, LGBTQIA, and get ready. We'll get them shipped out to you, and you can make stuff for my birthday. That's what we're going to do. And then we're going to have a Kitapalooza for the live. So we'll be making more kits to sell that evening. You won't get those in time to make during the day, though. So you got to grab a kit we've already got. But we will be selling more kits that evening. I don't know how many, but we'll make a few more kits at least and do our live sale that night using kits, selling kits, and maybe some other things. Who knows? Probably giveaways. We might do a few lives throughout the day, depending on how things go, how busy we are with getting ready for the night of kits, and all that stuff. But maybe do a make along or something like that. I don't know. But it's going to be a day of stuff for my birthday. So my birthday is usually a pretty terrible weather day because it's the end of February. Um, it's usually cold, it's usually snowy or wet, rainy, sleety, gray. So it'll be nice to spend it with friends. And I'll be very surprised if it's a sunny day or something like that. Hey, Marianne, just got home. Hello, hello, Marianne. Thanks for joining us. Sue says, I have several AG kits, so this gives me ideas. Good, 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 good. Get those ideas going. Suzanne is here. Hello, Suzanne. Um, let's see. Andrew said, it's like when some of the folks who used to help at the shop would tell people no. Meanwhile, I have a box of exactly what they wanted. Okay. Well, send your emails for things if you would like something from us, and Andrew will look for it. Um, yeah, so that is what's happening here for this weekend. Today, um, today our pellet stove went out. I've been having a really hard time. It seems like, and I don't know what it is, whether it's the extra wind that's been happening, but it seems like I've been having a hard time. It keeps filling up. So there's a little box in our pellet stove, and I forget what they call it. They do call it some kind of box, and um, the burn box, I think they call it. And the pellets fall into that. And there's a two-part system. There is a box underneath. The box underneath has the airflow coming out of it. And then there's a little piece that inserts in the top of that that has a little grail or grill on it. That once the pellets burn enough, the ashes can fall down into the box through that. Well, what's been happening is it seems like no matter how I set you really it's very temperamental on um, the airflow. So I will have the airflow set one day, and it'll be burning for like a week just fine, and then a extra cold snap comes, or wind blowy weather, I don't know, and it changes, and it doesn't work anymore. So of course I've been setting a little higher because it has been colder, and um, I cannot get the airflow right. And I think it's the airflow is the issue, because they're burning, but they're not falling through, and then they're getting stuck in there. They burn into a clump, um, and then it ends up suffocating the fire, and not and it burns out. And so that is what I'm fighting with. I finally today I turned the temperature up a little bit, and then I really opened the airflow, and I sat and I watched it, because sometimes if you open the airflow too much, it'll also blow it out. Um, so it'll burn completely out. So there's like this Goldilocks setting between like not enough airflow where it suffocates itself out because there's too many pellets falling, and then the too much airflow that just blows everything too hard and too fast, and it burns out before more pellets fall. So I think I hopefully have it set well enough. I've been keeping an eye on it, and I'm hoping that it continues to burn, because when I went up today, it was out, and that's not good. It was 44 degrees in the cottage, and it was burning. When I woke up in the morning, I check it as soon as I wake up, and it was fine then. So I don't know at what point in the day. I checked it a few times last night and this morning, and it was fine in this afternoon. But when I actually went up there, it was cold and out. So that's what I spent my day trying to figure that out. I gathered some things for the live today. Um, I had my pottery class yesterday, so I have one little thing to show you that I got back. My other things I think are either in the kiln now that need to come out, or they haven't gone through the glaze kiln yet. Um, Kimberly's saying hi to everyone. Anna said, I had a pellet stove in my last home and understand the challenges, William. Yeah, um, it's always a challenge. Andrew says, if it doesn't work on the hotter temperature, we should just put it at the lower setting. Lower is better than out. That's what I did. I had it on the lower setting last night, and it burned itself out. Didn't burn itself out, it suffocated itself. And that was on the lower setting because I wanted it lower, because it was having so many problems with the higher setting. So I set it back to where it normally is and put my little, the air adjustment back to where I always have it. And it was burning for weeks fine, but it didn't work. So hopefully it's going to work now. I turned it up a little bit. I really opened the flame up, or the air up. So the flame was burning really hot. And as long as it doesn't burn itself out, I think that's the worry now, is burning itself out, because it's too strong. But it has been burning now for hours, and it has been working. So I think we're okay. It'll just be whether when I go up in the morning, because I stop on the way to work, we'll see if it's filling up the burn box, or if it's actually burning correctly. That'll be the thing. But yeah, it is a challenge. It is a challenge. My comments popped up here. Good. Um, as Anna apparently knows. Yeah. It's um we normally never have to go above 1 or 2. And now we've been trying to burn on 3 and 4. Uh and that's been the challenge. But even burning back, I took it back to 2 last night, thinking, okay, I know how to set it on 2, and that still didn't work. Andrew says, I think it misses us. I haven't been going over because it's been too cold. It is way too cold. I do work there while I'm getting everything started, and I clean out the pellet stove almost every day now, just because of I have to keep it going. Um, but it is cold. It is not comfortable to work right now over there. So, especially in the studio side, my little room stays a little bit warmer because it's the room that has the pellet stove right in it. Um, but uh, and the studio generally stays around that temperature. Andrew says the power blinks a lot too. Yeah, if the power blinks, it goes out. We tried to buy a battery backup, like the ones you use for your computer. We bought the biggest one we can for like your home computer, and thought, well, maybe it would help. I think I may have told you all this. It may help if the power just blinks. It would keep the stove running, because as soon as it blinks, it shuts down. Um, like there's no way to there's no setting that allow like it doesn't. There's no battery backup inside. There's no, so the whole stove just shuts down, um, and it needs the power to keep the auger turning to pump the pellets into the thing and keep the fan running. So we bought a battery backup, hooked everything up, and just did not, it wasn't enough. It would keep it running while it was in startup mode, which is actually the more strenuous mode. But when it came down to um, once it was started up, like it would be, because I always make sure I'm there while it starts up and get it running for usually an hour or so. Um, but once that happened and I disconnected the power from the battery backup, it almost shut the stove down, but it wasn't enough that like it didn't go out, but it also didn't keep it running. And even though it kept it running during startup, which is weird, it would not keep it running. And we were worried that it was going to like do something bad to there's a circuit board in there that controls the heat and all that, the fan and all that. So yeah, that is, it didn't work. So now we're looking at bigger, like a generator. Although my mom has a gas generator, and she said sometimes even her gas generator during startup mode has a hard time starting up the pellet stove at her house. If it's if it's already running, it's fine. But if she has to start it up with a generator, she says it pulls a lot of energy at that point. So we're going to look for something and see. My mom wants to help us out and figure out if we can get something that would help keep that running, and maybe some other things if there's a power outage at the cottage, because it's all on electricity. Um, Everything we have there runs on electricity. Andrew says eventually we plan to put better insulation, and that will help to keep us warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer. Yes, eventually we'd like to put better insulation. Even further down the line, unless we are lottery winners this weekend, we would like to put in new windows too. We have single pane windows that don't open or anything like that. And so um, we do need to reglaze some of those. And we have a few panes that we need to replace in some of those too. But right now, uh, we uh, we have put the plastic around windows like you do in the winter. I don't know if you're in places they do that. Um, Everyone around here, as soon as we start talking about the windows, they're like, "Yep, you put the plastic on them, right?" And you're like, "Yes, we put the plastic on them." So that's what we do, and it helps a lot. But it is not ideal. So down the line, as we can take care of the cottage a little more and do more things there. We're hoping for more insulation and better windows at some point too. Andrew says we'd be looking like Beverly Hillbillies a little bit, right? Although not really, because they were rich. Maybe like before they struck oil, but yeah, we're doing what we have to do. It keeps it cooler in the summer, and it keeps it warmer in the winter. So we don't get to look out the windows because they're covered, but it does help keep things cooler and warmer. Um, so yeah, but that's what we're doing. That's what's going on for us. I did that today, and then I came home and finished pricing. Andrew and I finished pricing the rocks and minerals. So that took a few hours to finish up. And what else? That's like it's the day has been a blur, but it took a lot of time up there to get that and trying to figure out the settings for that, and then did that and stopped at Dollar General for a few things, and yeah, worked on pricing, and I got to load up the car. Um, and get that ready for the sale tomorrow. So I'm going to be up bright and early. So I can't stay up too late tonight. Um, Not my normal late. I slept very poorly yesterday. So I take all these different things for mood and anxiety, and one is GABA, one is L-theanine, L-tyrosine, and there's another one called 5-HTP. I don't know if any of you are take any of these or not. They're all herbal things and all that. And Um, some of them help me, and I always forget. I don't forget. I'm like, maybe it's just a coincidence, right? When I take 5-HTP, it gives me like terrible dreams. They're not always like, I wouldn't consider them so much nightmares, um, but they're just uncomfortable dreams, or like I feel like I don't sleep well. And, I tried it before and I was like, maybe that was just a bad night. And I tried it again and I was okay one time. And then I tried it last night. I was like, okay. Because I like to cycle off some of these things too, because they do build up in your system, I guess. That's what I've read. And so I tried switching some things over, and um, I switched some things off and back on. And so I said, okay, I'm going to try the 5-HTP again. I did it last night. Dreams were terrible. Sleep was terrible. I couldn't sleep. I woke up more anxious. Um, and something, I don't know if it was something in the food or something, or if it was that, but I ended up getting hives um, on my back, which is something that happens sometimes, even though I took my antihistamines. Um, Except I've been taking 2 or 3 antihistamines a day, and I reduced it down a little bit yesterday. And so maybe not taking the one is what made it happen, or maybe the 5-HTP. I think what happens is whenever that's in my system, I tend to get like night sweats, like even though it's not hot in our bedroom. Um, and I think it's the 5-HTP that has done it. Because I feel like every time I take that, I end up getting really sweaty at night. I have bad dreams, and then I break out in hives. So that was my night last night. So I didn't sleep very well. I was up almost, every hour or hour and a half. Um, Andrew says you've been stressed out a lot, understandably. That's another thing. I've been super stressed out. Um, I worry about our business, which is just the normal thing in the winter, but then everything else going on in the world. Um, like, yeah, like Andrew, I worry about him. I try not to when he's around, right? I try not to have that anxiety. Um, um, Andrew says I went down to the couch. Yeah, he slept on the couch last night. Um, I don't know if it was because of me. I don't know if I was snoring. I don't know what, but I know he was down on the couch. Um, Susan, that's awful, William. Yeah, it's not great, and I think just between the anxiety of things, I really do think that one little pill makes me get even worse. So I need to just get rid of that, so I'm not tempted to be like, oh, maybe it was a coincidence again, because I've done that already yesterday, and I was like, it's not a coincidence. Um, let's see. Anderson's between you and the cats. Yeah, the cats were um, knocking to get at Gilbert. I didn't realize. I heard Gilbert I thought he was trying to get in the bedroom, and I was like, I'm just worn out. I'm not getting up to open the door, and he was trying to get out of the bedroom. So I'm like, that means he has to go to the bathroom probably. So I had to get up and let him out, and then Barnaby wanted out at one point, and it was a lot. It was a lot last night. Um, Susan says, very difficult not to be worried about the current state of the world. Yes, it is. Um, it is, especially when your husband is brown, right? Um, it's one of those things that it's just a constant worry. Like I'm not so worried about myself, right? I'm white, and not that that's you know, it's not a surefire anything, especially since we're queer and all that. But it is one of those things that I worry about him, and I worry about, like what would happen if they tried to do something, because I'm going to be there. Like it's not going to be like, you're not taking them easy. Like, so it's one of those things. It's just, um, and generally, like, our community knows us. Generally, we're liked, we're respected because we had our store here for so long. But it just takes one person to be upset and say something and lead to something else, and so you never know. Um, and it's worrisome, and it's to the point, you know, Andrew doesn't want to go up to the store this weekend for the sale and stuff because you never know. Um, and it's a hard thing. It's a hard thing to deal with. It's a hard thing to worry about. Um, Tallulah will bust them up. Call security. Yeah, we call Tallulah security. Um, but yeah, it's hard. Um, when you feel threatened to even leave your house, or that leaving your house is threatening to you, um, it's not easy. And so that in amongst with everything else that comes with having a small business that is a hobby business in the middle of one of the coldest winters we've had in a long time, it's been hard. It's been hard. And that's one of the many reasons we're super grateful for all of you who do watch, who share this with your friends, who let people know about us, who send them to our online store, send them to us, send our name out to them. It means a lot to us, and we're so thankful for that because, without y'all helping us out, it would be hard. It would be very, 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 very hard. Andrew says we have a secret room if we need to hide, right? Um, and don't be talking where it is. No, no, we don't. Um, Art is essential to life, says Susan. It is. It is. And I talked about this a little bit on my own post, um, that, I feel guilty trying to make people buy stuff, when there's so much going on that's putting pressure on people. But, that's me dealing with my things. Growing up with not a lot of money, thinking that, people should put money toward other things. But there are people who, either have it and, have a lot more of it than we do. There are people who believe, as many of you fall into the category, that art is life and it is essential. And supporting your friends and supporting small businesses is essential part of the fight. And we appreciate that. Um, Anna says, I have friends who are afraid to leave their homes right now. We are doing all we can for them and everyone. Yeah, it's hard. I know Andrew is not comfortable leaving the house right now. And we have not seen the kind of things that you all have seen in person. But yeah, it's scary everywhere. Um, Suzanne says, "Bring the cats." I know you got to take the cats to that secret room too. They don't leave the cats behind. Um, Yeah, no. You fight for the cats too. They're part of the family for sure. Anna says creativity is essential for well-being. Lizzie says, I think we're all suffering from PTSD. Yeah, like an ongoing, um, it's not even post yet. Um, it's not the post-traumatic stress. It's just traumatic stress disorder. It's just the TSD right now. Um, um, it's just insane. Anyway, being creative can be something that gives you energy and strength, says Susan. Absolutely. And that's why we try to keep doing what we're doing. Um, Susan says, our secret room is an old coal bin in the basement, right? Yeah, it's so weird and scary to think that people are thinking like that. Like, what could be our secret room if we needed one? Um, it's wild to think. Um, but yeah, but people are thinking like that. Andrew says, we had the police sitting outside our home, and even though it turned out to be nothing, it still put me on edge. Yeah, like it was um it was something that Andrew was completely on edge. And um and I wasn't so much the police are one thing. And um so far, at least in our area, the police are, I mean, I think we have a good crew. I know there are people that would say not, but I have never had anything but good things to say about our police and the people who are there now. There have been problems in the past, but they've always been very respectful anytime I've seen them, anytime I've seen them working, or past them working, doing things. Um, and so you would hope um, that if there are issues, that it's taken care of in the correct way, in the normal way, in the, pre all this BS way. Um, and so, it still, though, puts you on edge, um, because you never know. And that's the scary part, is you never know what is going to happen. Thankfully, it was okay. They were not around for us at all. Um, but it put Andrew very much on edge. And it, of course, ended up putting me on edge. We're like trying to, look around and figure out what's happening without being noticed too much, because you don't want to bring attention to yourself. And it was after midnight. Not a lot of people were up and awake after midnight. So it's like, what is going on and why are they there after midnight? But it was not for us. Um, I don't actually know what it was all about, but yeah, it was a scary thing. Suzanne says, "Don't describe the secret room." No, we do not. Do not. We don't have one. I don't know what you're talking about. Um, Leslie says, on a brighter note, my website revamp is finally starting to move forward. Good. That's a good thing. We like to see those small businesses moving forward, right? Um, it's a good thing. Good. Congratulations. Andrew says, let's change the topic, right? Susan says hers has been bricked up and hasn't been used in decades, but that's how people heated their homes back in the day. Yeah, it is. It certainly is. Marion says, I think most people would at least be a little on edge if the police sat outside their home. Yeah, just sitting there for nothing. Yeah. Um, Susan says, that has happened to us. I remember um, after the coin theft from our car, our neighbor was outside talking with 3 cops. Oh boy. Suzanne says, I needed a new battery. Stop talking about the secret room, everyone. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's life. So that's what we are going through. That's what we are all working on. And it's good to chat with people and it's good to get together, but it's also good to focus on beautiful things. So let's flip the camera around and let's focus on some lovely lovelies that I found for you today. How about that? If you missed yesterday's, because it was in the afternoon, there's still a lot of good stuff left. So check out that replay if you haven't already. I know not a lot of people can always make it to our afternoon lives, and it would be good if you get to see them. So check that out if you haven't. There were a lot of good things in that one. Um, and I'm going to flip the camera settings, back camera, mirror the camera, and there we go. Andrew says, I don't mind talking about stuff if people need to, but this isn't secure, right? Suzanne says, I missed it at the car place. Andrew says, we know people lurk. Sometimes people do lurk, right? Sometimes people do. Look at this. Look at this that I made. So this is another one of my little dishes. It's hard to see on camera, actually. But I worked with some new glazes that can be watered down and I can play with. They're not an underglaze, they're actually an overglaze. But you can water them down and kind of do a watercolor effect with them. And so I watered some of these down and created this kind of watercolor effect. Susan says, I love the glaze on this bowl. Thank you. Yeah, I did my little squiggly lines in the engobe, and then I did this really light, and I mixed the colors a little bit um, around the outside. There's some beautiful greens and the pinks and the purples and the blues. And then I swirled them inside. They're very light, but I like how you can still see them. They came out pretty well. And I'm super happy with it. Um, it's got a little bit of I have to talk to my teacher. It has like this bubbly texture. And I don't know if that's the glaze. The glaze usually doesn't do that. So I'm not sure why that happened. I have to see if she knows why. I forgot to ask her. We got to chatting about things, um, current events. So I didn't get to ask her, but I'm going to ask her if she knows why that may have happened. But um, yeah, that's my newest piece. I'm playing around with this. It's nice to know. Um, it's nice to know that I can play around with this. I started some pendants yesterday. Let me see if I can pop up any pictures if they're available. Did I not take pictures? I didn't take a final picture. Oh well. Well, here's this one. Let's see if it'll work. If it'll upload. So I'm working on some pendants. And I started glazing them. I thought I took a picture of them glazed, but I haven't. So, yeah, I don't know why. I only got through a few of them got through them glazed. Um, but I'm going to try and draw little designs on them. I'm not quite sure exactly what they're all going to turn out to be, but I'm starting to play around with some pendants like this. I use some cookie cutters we have to cut them out, and then I'm going to draw on some designs or try to paint on some designs. Um, and Andrew says, "I hope you can talk to Amy about it to figure it out." Yeah, the bubbling. I think I actually kind of like it. I kind of like that texture, but I don't know why it did it. And it only looks like it only happened on some of the colors and not all of the colors. Like the green is unaffected, um, but the blue is affected, and the pink is affected. So I don't know um, whether maybe it was something in the water that I mixed it with. I don't know. Um, let's see here. Is it nichrome wire? Yes, they're high temperature wires. She has those specifically for pendants and things like that. So Um, it is made for that. She's done a few things with some pendants and stuff herself. Um, uh, Susan says, "I look forward to seeing how the pendants come out." Yeah, I'm hoping to. I don't know. I've never played with underglaze before, and so I'm playing with underglazes, and um, we'll see. We'll see how they come out and what happens with them. I don't know. I'm not like a an artist as far as drawing and stuff, so I don't know what kind of little things I'm going to make. I might do some like kind of squiggly stuff and stuff like this on some of them. Um, I might draw some little like, kind of like the idea of a flower or, that kind of stuff. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Andrew says, I always want to know. Yeah, it's good to know, right? Totally excited for the pendant, says Kimberly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, Susan says, me too, Susan. Thank you. Appreciate it. So yeah, that's what that's what that's the next thing I'm starting to work on. Andrew says, if you have questions, you live with somebody who teaches underglaze and overglaze. LOL. Really? Do you? Underglazes? I don't know. I don't know. I know you do certain things, but I don't know that it's the same thing. Um, Kimberly says, I wonder if you can decal those. Yeah, I probably could decal those after they're fired. I think I would have to fire them first and then decal on those. Um, Susan says there are some pendants at the gallery that I like and has made me want to do clay pendants. Yeah, that's I've been, I've been looking at people who make pendants and things, and it has made me want to try, even though I'm not like it's hard for me because I can't really I am not saying I can't. I have not in the past drawn well. So to draw things, um, I'm not great at it, but we'll see. We'll see what it comes of it. I don't know. Hopefully, some good things will happen. Um, it's going to take a little while for me to do that. Now, here's a thing. Um, as some of you know, yesterday somebody bought this green tourmaline, right? We sold the green tourmaline strand yesterday. We were very thankful for that. And the person who bought it heard me mention on the live that um, talking about if it didn't sell, possibly taking it apart and people being able to buy the stone. Um, wait, what's Andrew saying? That graphic clay book is full of ideas. So they spent 2 hours editing those pictures. So I hope you look at them. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm going to. I've been a little busy, but I'm going to. Um, so this person was kind enough and said that if anybody would like to purchase some of these, they are willing to open up the strand um, and allow people to purchase a few. So I don't know if anybody is interested in that. When we priced it out, um, it came out to about, I think, $18 a stone. Um, so that's probably what we would go with. And we would do some, um, maybe a little bit less for some of the smaller and then do a little bit of the, the little bit bigger ones. We're going to keep the bigger ones for the person who purchased it. But if you would be interested in that, let me know in the comments, and maybe we can take a look at parsing that out a little bit. We're not going to sell too many of them, but some people were talking about how they'd be interested if we did open it up. And if you would be interested in that, let me know here in the comments. They would be around $18 a stone or so. Andrew says, I want some, right? But if you would like them, let us know. Um, Andrew says, or Susan said, those pendants have shapes carved into them. Yeah, you can carve too. That's what my teacher asked me if I was going to do any sgraffito or carving, and I'm not really. It's not my. I don't feel like that's my calling. So I'm going to try and draw stuff. We'll see. We'll see. So let me know if you're interested in any of that green tourmaline. If you are, um, we can take a look at breaking that up. If you're not, that's okay too. But that person who claimed it said they saw people who were talking about it and they'd be willing to do that if people wanted to. So there you go. I thought that was very nice of them, and we're very appreciative of that. And let's see here. So today we're going to work with letters QFD. QFD. Andrew says, I can show you different sgraffito techniques. That might be good. Might need to learn a few techniques. Marion says, it's very nice of them. Yeah, I thought so. That was nice of them to offer that. Andrew says, you can also add enamel to ceramic. What? I don't know if I can do that in my teacher's kiln. But that's good to know. That'd be interesting to play with. One of the reasons I want to start working kind of on pendants and things is because this is possibly something that I can do from home. I know we have some glazes, but I could stock up more on my own glazes. They're not as expensive, and we have a little kiln. Um, And what I didn't realize, because I don't play with underglaze, is that underglaze does not stick. So underglaze can be kind of, you don't have to worry about it sticking to kiln shelves and stuff like that, which is nice. Um, so it makes it a little bit easier for me to possibly do things in our little kiln and kind of pack it more full in the little kiln. So these are if I get used to doing some of these things and people like my pendants and stuff that I'm doing, if I get into something that people like and want to buy, then I can start making them from home and do more kind of creative work that way with clay, even from home. So that would be nice. Andrew says we also have the stands and says stroke and coat matte velour. Yeah, stroke and coat is what this, I think stroke and coat is what this was done with. Watered down, stroke and coat. That's what that was. Anyway, okay, let's get started here. I pulled some stuff for y'all tonight. Hopefully, you like it. The first thing up tonight, QFD1. This is going to be, well, it was 1150. I'll bring it down to 10. I can't go too low on these. I think it's definitely worth that. And I was going to make beads yesterday. That's what I was going to start making. And my teacher does have some of the wires for beads too, the kiln equipment for beads. But then I was like, no, I think I want to learn to make pendants. I want to play around with making pendants. I only have one of these. This is a rainbow moonstone. Rainbow moonstone faceted rounds. And it's only $10 for the strand. I think it's a really nice strand of rainbow moonstone for $10. One available, and it is 4 millimeters. Right on, too. Right on 4 millimeters. That doesn't happen all the time. That's for sure. There's some flash in there. Andrew says, I'd love to talk to someone about crystalline glazes. I don't know. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. All right. Sorry, my email's coming up, and some people have been writing about the green tourmaline. I'm just trying to. So thank you for that. I will be splitting some of those up. Um, looks like for some people, if you would like some of those, let me know. And if you want a pair or what you want, we'll do them like at 18 a stone. So I think that's fair. It gives them since they were nice enough to break it up, that's what it came out to per stone, even though some are bigger, some are smaller. We'll do kind of $18 for some of the smaller stones on there for a pair if you want. I think they'll be okay with that. Okay, QFD1, that's the Rainbow Moonstone. I'm getting distracted, y'all. I've got so much going on. Whew. I don't know what is crystalline glaze, Andrew? What's the difference? Crystalline. These are super pretty. These were 20. I'm gonna bring them down to let's do 18. I think I have two of these. Okay. And let's see here. This is a beautiful light lavender amethyst in these chips or pebbles. I guess some are kind of chips. I would call these kind of pebbles. But look at that beautiful color. They're really so pretty. And it really is a very pretty lavender color. And they're so nice. They were $20 for the strand. Bring them down to $18 for you all. But they're super nice. If you like chips or these little pebbles, it's a delightful color. Lavender amethyst, 2 strands available. QFD2. All right. And this one is shouldn't do a discount on these, but I will for you all. These are this is an artisan bead. Our margins are lower on artisans because we like the artisans to get as much as they can, of course. This is Jenny Davies Reeser, and this is a connector, ceramic, talking about ceramics. I think it's so cool. QFD3, only one of these. Originally 20, I took it down to 18 for you all. QFD3. And this one is approximately 31 millimeters with the wires, the bails, about 38. So one of those available. And says, love Jenny. Me too. She's so nice. She's such a good person. And her work is beautiful. And 20. I left my good marker downstairs. 18. QFD 4 is another Jenny Davies Reeser piece. This time, instead of the blue background, it's the orange background with a crow or raven, the berry in its mouth. So these are the two. Kind of a coordinating set if you wanted to. But both connectors, approximately the same size, QFD 4. And that's $18. And this one, I can't go. It was 15. I can give you $1 off. It's gonna be 14. This is the last of the Jenny Davies Reeser one that we have. And it's this either dragon or phoenix rising. Because it's probably a dragon, right? Looks like a dragon. But that is also a connector, 3-point connector. 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. And 31.5 millimeters by approximately, let's see here if I can get it, about 37. 31.5 by about 37. And let's see here. QFD6. This was 18. Down to 16. This is a vintage mahjong tile. in brass, done up as a pendant. Got one of these available. QFD6 was $18, now $16. And this is approximately 23 by 40 millimeters. No, I don't think that was right. 37. 23 by 37 millimeters. One of those available. All right. Let's see. Oh, we just sold QFD6. Thank you so much. First sell of the night. We appreciate that. Other than the green tourmaline, which is technically the sell of the night, but from last night. That away. And let's see here. Anyone pull this out? QFD7. And let's see here. These were 12. I'm bringing them down to 8 for you. And these do I have? Looks like I've got 3. Oops. 3 of these. QFT7. These are a white quartz round. Just, I think, nice stones. I think a really good price. Looking for some quartz. Let me get these separate because they're all together. Show you all 3 strands. Beautiful quartz. Just little rounds. Just nice stones at a good price. $8 a strand. And they are approximately 5, yeah, close to 5 millimeters. A little over, a little under, a little different, but close to 5 millimeter strands. And there are 3 of them available. QFD 7. Okay. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. I have 6 of these. This is some smoky quartz. QFD 8. Smoky quartz. These were $10 a strand. Doing them for $7 a strand for you all. Smoky quartz, kind of flat drops. Kind of drop shaped. And some pretty consistent, nice color through those, which is really good, especially at that price point for $7 a strand. Nice little stones. QFD 8. Okay, I'm going to put one away. One is still available, the Rainbow Moonstone. QFD 1. Faceted rounds. $10. QFD 2. I'm really surprised nobody grabbed any of these. Lavender amethyst. They're so pretty. They're better in person, I will tell you that. They have such a glow to them. QFD2, $18 a strand. That's a little maybe expensive for chip strands, maybe. Um, I don't know. I think that's a really fair price for those. Let's see here. Whoops. I need one moment. I gotta go across and get some bags. Suzanne says both our cats are snoring. That's cute. I love when the cats snore. It's cute when cats snore. People, not always so much, right? Suzanne says chips are versatile. Yeah, you used some just recently in the large bead one, right? Those were, if I remember correctly, those were chips. Were they onyx? I think you had chips in yours. I loved that piece. That was such a great piece. If y'all haven't seen that piece in the Design Challenges group, it was so nice. And I just happened to be wearing a black and white sweater today, and I was like, that would go so perfectly with my sweater. Susan says yes. Yeah, or Suzanne says yes, yes, onyx. Nice. I'm gonna put 3 away. Let's look at that. King Davies Reeser piece. Support those artisan makers, y'all. We don't get to buy as much from our artisan friends because a lot of them have found ways to sell on their own, which we're happy for, but it does make it harder as a store to be able to buy from them because they can go direct to customers now, which is great for them, but sad for us because we don't get to see as many of the and have as much fun buying the artisan things anymore. And I'm going to put QFD5 away. Okay, I'm going to 7 up here. 8 up here. Oops. Sorry, y'all. I hit the wrong button. I don't know if my screen went blank. It went blank on my side. So um hopefully. Okay. Yep, it did. I was just watching the replay. Yes, it did. Sorry about that. It's easy to tap the wrong thing. I got big fingers for a small phone screen sometimes. Okay. What do I have next to show you? Oh, these. QFD9. These were 18. I'm going to also do these at 16. So these are, says you're back. Thank you. Yeah, I know. I hit the wrong button. It's quite a delay in my broadcast, though. I just noticed that. There's quite a delay for me. Okay. I'm going to put these all out. There are multiples available. And I'm going to put them all out for you because I think that's just easier. You can pick which one, just like QFD 9. And then if you'd like this one, put 57, number 57. These are vintage rulers, wooden rulers that have been set in brass. I love them. I have one that I saved for myself. I don't know if it is. Yeah, it's right here. I keep it at my desk. I haven't used it yet, but this is mine. And the reason I got these is my grandfather and grandmother always had those vintage wooden rulers around, which I did get one when they passed away. And it reminds me of them. And so I always, I collected one of these before that just because it reminded me of them. And I think I got this even when at least my grandmother was still living. But Now that they're both passed, I really love these. So it says my dad had rulers like that. Yeah, right. There's a 34. I'm going to put all the numbers out and you can grab whatever number you would like. Somebody did send an email but didn't put the number they would like. So let me know which one of those you would like. And I think this is the last one coming up. So there it is. You have 57, 32, 58, 34, 9, 46, and the yellow one, which is 55. Um, so let me know which number you'd like. And if you'd like any of them, I know somebody wants at least one. Um, and I can parse those out. But I figure instead of making a lot number for each of them, it's a little ridiculous. You can just pick the number you want. So they're all the QFD9. You just let me know which number. Sorry, I'm taking a drink. But I think a lot of our parents or grandparents had rulers like this, and it brings back such a memory. I used to play with those rulers when I was a young kid, and now I have one of my grandfathers that he had, or both my grandfather and grandmother. Let's see here. All right, it looks like somebody claimed 9, so I'm going to take 9 away. 9 has been claimed. I'm going to put that aside. And let's see here. Okay. And if the first person that claimed it doesn't send anything else, I'll assume you meant the 57 since that was the first one I put out. But let me know otherwise. QFD10 coming up. These are $10. I'll do them for 8. Some really good prices on just some nuggety goodness. Okay, that was for 57. All right, so I'll put 57 away as well. If anybody else would like any more, we have 32, 58, 34, 46, and the yellow 55 still available. And if anybody else claims more, I'll take them away as we go. And tonight, I think we just have some nice, various shaped beads for really good prices. Anne says, I got distracted. Daniel Tiger has decided he likes petting my face, but he never learned to keep his claws in. He never learned to cat. Oh boy, petting your face with claws. Hopefully it's gentle. Gentle. All right. QFD 10 is citrine, these citrine ovals. Nice full strand citrine ovals. They were $10 a strand, taking them down to 8 for y'all. That's like ridiculously inexpensive. I don't know. This one's tied in a knot. I don't know if I can get it undone. But beautiful citrine. Kitty soft paws, says Suzanne. And says it does not feel gentle. Oh, sorry for laughing, but that's kind of funny. It's kind of cute. It's cute. He wants to paw your face. He's gonna touch your face caressingly, but doesn't realize that his fingers hurt, right? These are a little bit varied in size, 9.5 millimeters for a larger strand. These are like 7.5 millimeters for the smallest of them. So you can pick if you want a smaller strand or a larger strand. It doesn't matter to me. They're all just $8. So if you'd like those, they're beautiful light citrine QFD 10. Was $10, taking them down to 8 for y'all. Trying to give you some good deals tonight on some things. I know that it's not always, we we had some pretty expensive things yesterday. Um, so trying to give you we like to do a break every once in a while, right? If we have an expensive day, then we try and do a day that's not so expensive so that everybody gets a chance. Some people have more means than others, and we like to make sure everybody can find something pretty. Um, Anna says, my little Pip used to tap my cheek with her paw to wake me up. Just a little touch on my face. I miss her. That's cute. Gertie gives me, if she's in the bedroom, she gives me little kisses on the nose, usually way too early, but that's what she does. And Babette used to do the same thing to me. If I slept in too much, she would tell me it was because she was the alpha, and she would tell me it's time to wake up and feed everybody. She took care of everybody. Susan says, Anne, I can relate with Mr. Smokey and his ouchie kneading while shrieking shtick. That's cute. Oh, the cats. They've got their own personalities, don't they? Gilbert, when he's in a loving mood, he will literally grab you around the neck and kind of hug you. And he's pretty tough. So he grabs really hard and hugs on, which is super dang cute too. Speaking of ceramic pendants again, here's one from Diane Hockey. This is a dual-sided little beastie pendant. Hole goes top to bottom through. Was $24, taking it down to 22. It's got a design on both sides. I like Diane's pendants because she also a lot of times gives the impression of a creature, right? Which is kind of how I think I need to do things because I'm not ever going to draw a lifelike thing, at least not in this, decade. So I love her beasties and the impression of a creature. I think it's super cute. Love these. And I love her work. And she's such a cool person too. One of those available, QFD 11, $22. Happy Cat, Mad Cat, right? Oh, and 11 has just sold. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't even consider that mad, like happy. And I consider that like not even mad, but like that look you get when it's like, I don't know if I really want to be here. That kind of look. What's the word for that? I don't know. But that's what I feel like it is. Let me put 11 away since that has sold. Susan says, don't even think of picking me up. Yeah, it's definitely that, right? All right. That was QFD 11. QFD 12. Work in an office expression, says Anne. Pretty much. Pretty much. When you got to work with the coworkers that sometimes you don't really want to, you're like, did you just ask me that? Did you really just ask me that? Yeah. All right. These were 18. I'm going to bring them down to 16. And I think I have 3 of these. Oh, I have 4 of these. 4 of these. Another nice little strand. Labradorite. Labradorite faceted coins. Nice little gray labradorite beads. QFD 12, $16 for the strand. And 4 strands available. And these are about 6.5 millimeter faceted coins. Thickness wise, they're a little bit, they're about 4 millimeters thick. Let me show you that with some lights on it. Labradorite faceted coins. Susan says, LOL, Anne, but that is so true. QFD 13. These were $18. Gonna do them at half price for y'all tonight. This is a really good deal. These are gold plated Tree of Life pendants. There are 2 of them available. $9 each only. QFD 13. And these pendants are 21.5 approximately by 31.5. There's 2 of them, $9 each if you're interested in those. They were 18. There's the they used to be in the store, and pulled them from the store, and they're now available for you, half price, 50% sale on those. QFD 14. My markers. Let me see if I have another marker here. I have lots of markers, but I don't know if any of these work any better. Ooh, that one does. At least for now. All right. These are Galaxy Glass. You call this Galaxy Glass. These are $6.50 each. And this is QFD 14. I've got 1 strand of this left. $6.50. You know what? Let's do a little better. Let's do it at, let me see something. What can I do here? Let's do it at $5. At $5. And these are 6 millimeter Galaxy Glass rounds. Got 1 strand available. Was $6.50 down to $5. We've sold 1 of the 13s. Thank you so much. I'll put 1 of those away. Still got 1 left. I'm going to put, let's see here. Let me get the right bag. I'm going to put the white quartz away. QFD 7, $8 a strand. We've just sold the QFD 14. Thank you so much. Let me find the bag for that one. And I'm going to put away, let's see here. I'll put away the smoky quartz, little flat drops, QFD 8, $7 each. I'm going to keep this all organized here. My heater is in the way of my phone stand. There we go. All right, let's move 9. We still have some 9s available. We have the 32. We have the 58. We have the 34, the 46, and the 55. Still available. QFD10, citrine, ovals, QFD12, and QFD13. All right. QFD 15 was 650. We'll do these at 5 as well. And let's see, I've got 2 of these available. More of the galaxy glass. I have a number of colors of galaxy glass in various sizes tonight. So we're going to show you those, give you good deals on them. This is QFD 15. And it's this kind of gold berry color. So it's got some of the gold, it's got some of the berry. There's even a little bit of, I feel like there's a little bit of blue in there. Really pretty strands. Galaxy glass, QFD 15. QFD 16. There is only one of these ones. And this is kind of a metallic and kind of bubbly clear, which is super cool. And these are all still the 6mm size. We've just sold one of the 15s. Thank you. We still have one available. Let's see here. This is QFD 17. So it says Galaxy Glass is so cool. Oh, Andrew says, oh, we got the light in. Yes, we did. Forgot to mention that. Thank you. Some people are grabbing some stuff for us off of our wish list, our registry, and we appreciate that so much. And someone got us another one of our desk lamps. So far, we've gotten 2 of the 6 of those that we're looking for. So thank you, thank you. We picked that up today. It had a little detour because we had that issue with our PO box, but it is all good now. So we got that in, and someone got us some enamels. So thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it. This is QFD 17. I've got 2 strands of this particular color. We've also just sold 16. So 16 has sold out. We put that one away since there was only one of those. Let's see. Let me put this one away. Ba-ba. Okay. Someone just asked if a particular item was still available from a previous lot. If you're watching, the answer is no. I just want to let you know, um, in case you're budgeting things, that item is no longer available. It was sold out. Just check the spreadsheet. Andrew says, we don't know who got us the enamels, but thank you to whoever got it for us. Yeah, thank you so much. We do know who got us the lights, so thank you so much. Okay, so this is, again, this is 17. Let me show you that a little bit better again. So there's that, 6 millimeters. And I've got one more of the 6 millimeter size. QFD 18. And again, 650. We'll go down to $5. We've got two of these ones. Maybe I'll make tiny plaques for the lights. For who got them. That'd be nice, right? Be nice to, so people know who helped us out, even though you're all helping us out in ways. And this is QFD 18. This is, it's a subtly light blue. And it's kind of like that bubble, kind of bubble glass. Really pretty. Two strands available of that, QFD 18. All right. So those are that size, the 6 millimeter size. Now we're going to go into the 4 millimeter size, but let me put some of these things away first. All right. Let me see, what am I doing here? We've just sold one of the 17s. We've just sold the second 15, so those are sold out. Let me pull that away. We've just sold one of the 18s. Thank you, thank you. This is 15. Both of those have sold. 17, we sold one 17 and one 18. We still have one of each of those, if I'm not mistaken, available. I'm going to put away the ruler pendants. QFD9, those are still available. Anybody's interested in those? And what was number 9? I can't make sure these go in the right order. We get the ones we pulled before. And there we go. QFD 9, 8, 9. Okay. Andrew says, I was looking at pictures of making Cornelius pepper pot, and you can see that one heater in the background. So it wasn't a fever dream. No, we definitely had that heater. I do believe we had the heater, but that heater has like mysteriously vanished. I'm also going to put away these citrines. So thank you so much. If you wanted any of those, they're still available. I don't think anybody grabbed any of those yet. All right, let's move 12 over. Let's move the last 13. That one is still available. Somebody wants to grab that from us. This is QFD 17 and QFD 18. One of each of those still left. And then we're going to get into the 4 millimeter size now. Let me get things organized here. I have a method. I'm trying to keep to my method so I don't confuse myself. Suzanne says, Charlie woke up and tried to abscond with the necklace I posted today. After all, she is a tuxedo cat. LOL. That's pretty dang cute, honestly. Okay, so this is QFD19. These were 6. I'm still going to do them for 5. I can't go much lower than that. I went low on the larger size. So this is the 4mm size. And this is QFD 19. Is this kind of beautiful rainbow metallic with almost like a smoky quartz look with it. This is the 4mm Galaxy glass. I've got 3 of that particular colorway. And let's see here. Hello.
Oh,
How's it going?
oh boy,
Oh boy.
that's fine.
What are you looking for?
A little heater for you tomorrow in case the store's full.
Oh, yeah, I don't know where that heater went.
I love that little heater, but then it stopped working.
I know we should put a heater on the registry.
And because I carry that around like my little friend.
Yeah, you take it room to room with you.
I took it to the store when I went in,
Mm-hmm.
and it can't. I don't know about the store, but your feet get cold at the store.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I wear Crocs most of the time, so that could also be it. But
QFD 20. This is kind of, I think, the matching to we had. It was QFD 16. This is the smaller version. QFD 20. And so Marianne just says you can add that to the registry.
maybe after tomorrow.
Let's see here. QFD 21.
That one left your power.
Yeah, that happens if you're not careful.
Bless its heart.
And then this is QFD 21. I've got 2 of these. And this is the matching one to QFD 17, but in the 4mm size. Here you can see.
If you hear me jingle jangling in the background, it's not anything.
It's not anything. I'm actually got to turn this down in here. I'm roasting myself out a little bit. Yeah. QFD 21. Nobody's liking the 4mm size. Nobody? Everybody grabbing the 5 or the 6mm. Nobody wants the 4s.
Those are great.
I know. Nobody's
Use them
grabbed
as
it.
spacers for the other one.
I know I had to keep them at the same price as the 6s. Maybe that's why, but I still think it's a really good price.
Did you know you have your pottery in here?
I have some old pottery in there.
Um,
Yes. QFD 22. 6. Now
I
5.
started wondering if I was making that up.
That heater?
Uh-huh.
No, it's that gray heater. It turns side to side. It makes a click noise, click, 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 as it goes.
Well, you can also lock it in place.
Yeah, you can lock it in place. This is QFD 22. Is this beautiful blue? Galaxy glass, 4mm rounds. Got 2 of these available. You can see they were $6 in the store. and they are now $5 for you all. Let's see. We had someone grab a 17 and 11. So that's the last 17, I believe. Make sure I put this in the right bag. So 17 is sold out. Thank you. And an 11. What was 11? 11. Oh, 11 had already sold. That was the Diane Hockey bead. That one already sold.
Which one is it?
Hmm? The little beastie.
Oh, I love her little
I
critter.
know. So 11 had already sold, but 17 was available for
She
me.
sold some cabs, and I was lucky because nobody would buy her cabs.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got some of her cabs and I made them into pendants. And it was a bougie silver setting. Nowadays it'd be like worth a lot.
QFD 23 was 6, now 5. Oh, that was meant to be 21. Okay. We do have that. So that was the matchy to 17.
Oh, good.
So that
Oh,
worked
wait.
out.
Does that mean the Beastie is still available?
No. Beastie sold.
Oh, am I confusing you?
No. I know what I'm doing.
Making you more adventurous?
More adventurous in my heart up here.
See, like I'll be like,
How's that soup coming?
it's done.
It's done.
It's not soup.
It's not soup.
It's like a rice bowl we're gonna have with vegetables.
Oh, that sounds good too. All right, this is the matching one to 15.
I don't know though, because you said that stuff last night made you break out.
Hopefully this won't. It could have been that pill I took. Anytime I get really warm, I can break out too, and I think that pill gives me the night sweats.
Mm.
This is the matching one to, if you got 15, this is the smaller size, to QFD 15. This is 23, 2 of those available as well, just as there were 2 of 15 available. You want a full matching set. In QFD 24, this is only one of these available, was 6, now 5.
I think it would be nice. Those are nice for like bracelets.
Mm-hmm.
To do a little matching set. There's ones that look like a labradorite. I love that flavor.
And this one matches 18.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mommy, daddy, baby.
it's slightly blue. Beautiful.
This
That kind of
silver, bro.
silvery blue.
Like Elsa.
Mm-hmm. Winter. It's like that. What was that celestite the other
Mm-hmm.
day? It was white but blue.
I need to get that thing where it does the pronunciation of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I read stuff all the time and I was like, I don't know how to say it.
I know. That's what Marianne and I were talking about. Lapis lazuli or lapis lazuli the other day.
Depends who you ask.
And it depends what country you're in. Lapis lazuli is UK and lapis lazuli is American.
Also, like it depends. I had lapis lazuli.
I say lazuli.
Is that the
It's the
British? I had a teacher, Trudy Kawami. She's not British, but she worked for the British Museum.
That makes sense. All right. So that's the end of those. So if you're waiting, if you're waiting to see what colors popped up before you grabbed, that's it.
Ooh, 22, bro. Look at
I
that
know.
razzle dazzle.
I know.
And 21, look at it. It's glittering at me.
Yeah, and 21 was the one that matched.
I thought the 21 sold.
We sold one of them.
Oh.
Yeah. We sold one of them. That matched 17.
We had some of that Paulo Radke glass not too long ago, and that would have went well with that.
Yeah, I wonder where those are.
Bro, I don't know. I know the ones where mine are.
Those are in, I think, with the check glass we did.
Mm-hmm.
So they're probably in one of those bags. All right. Let's put
Buried.
buried. Yeah, we got to go through all that stuff. I'm going to put away these. Nobody grabbed any 12s.
That's the library, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Labradorite faceted coins for only $16.
very nice.
Nice quality.
What is today's beat in the new year?
Today's beat in the new year is
Quiz.
I know. It's not the is it was yesterday the big bead or is today? I think it's the big bead today. Your biggest beads.
Your biggest beads ever?
Use the biggest beads you've got, I think is today.
So like a tire is technically a bead.
A what?
Like
A tire?
tire.
Whatever you've got. Lennis was excited for that one.
She likes the big
As
beads.
we know she likes the big beads.
I
I'm
know.
gonna put the 13 away. Still one. Nobody wants that half price, y'all.
Like the size of a softball.
Half price, one time only deal. It's gold plated, y'all. Okay. 13. And let's see, I'm gonna put 18 away.
The cats are having nap time since they're up here.
Oh. Yeah, and I fed them before, so they got their food and they're gonna take their nap.
Pretty cute.
If I don't feed them before, then they usually wait up here
And scratch
and scratch at the door. Yeah.
I also trimmed
Ooh, look at that.
their wreckage.
Look at that. Oh,
that's pretty.
That's really pretty.
I trimmed their wreckage that they left behind, and then they're not as interested.
Mm.
They're like, where's the fringe?
Oh, we sold the last 13. Thank you so much. Half price pendants.
They're like, where's the fringe?
Where's the fringe?
They're like, I worked hard on that.
Yeah, they did. Destroying the carpet.
Yeah, I would like to not have carpet anymore.
I know.
I mean, it's nice on the feet sometimes.
I do like carpet. I'm not anti-carpet, but
I like rugs more.
with cats, I'm kind of getting tired of the carpet.
They're just so destructive. Bless their hearts. I can't help it.
Let's see. Did I do 25 now? Give me 25.
They have it in their little hearts to destroy stuff. Oh, these ones are nice. You probably just pop out the glass and melt it.
This was 60. I'll go down to 55.
He goes down on the silver.
I know.
It's like the opposite should go up.
It should go up.
Go up.
We don't do that though.
Well, that's why we have troubles.
This is QFD 25. Was $60, now 55.
That's a little miniature painting in there, by the way. Can you see that? You can see the brush strokes.
Miniature painting.
Let me see it. Make sure I'm not telling lies. Well, they at least embellished it.
Yeah, it's embellished. I don't know if it's completely painted.
Like hand painted.
Yeah.
It's embellished. Let's just say that.
Those hands and feet are definitely drawn in.
The gold on there. That's probably real gold too.
So this is a beautiful pendant, Afghan pendant, sterling, 925. And these are, it's $55.
That is an interesting construction method that they've done. So they have it where the pendant is bezel set in the back.
Yeah.
Usually, you sort I don't know. I guess I don't know the rationale of that.
I can't do much off of these.
No, because they should be up.
They should go up. And if you don't all buy them, these may go up because it is silver.
Like what Taylor says, up, up, up.
So these are, I'm going to just put these out all as one lot again. And you can choose if you would like.
Boy, don't we need that Ganesha.
And Ganesha,
Remove our obstacles.
right?
Maybe we paint one, a giant one.
So this is QFD 26 number 1, QFD 26 number 2.
The green one's number 2.
Yeah. QFD 26 number 3, the light green.
Like a minty.
The yellow QFD 26 number 4. And the blue QFD 26 number 5.
And it's glass in the front. That's not plastic.
And sterling silver.
Some of them is stamped.
Yeah, I think it's this one is stamped. It also has the old price tag on it.
Yeah, from like 1999.
Yeah, that's an old price, y'all. They probably are worth more if you melt them down, but
or sell it
at a higher price. QFD 26, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If anybody is interested in those. I love those. Those are Afghan. I think that's the proper, what is it, adjective?
I don't know.
Now, we've got 4 lots left. I'm going to pick and choose what I'm going to do.
What is it?
Out of these.
Oh, those are nice.
Yeah. QFB 27. These were 7. We're going to take them down to 5.
Oh. Those ones I like that. They're like a matte gold.
They're, yeah, satiny gold.
It's like not too shiny. I love gold. Don't get me wrong. And sometimes when it's like too shiny, it almost like hurts your eyes.
Yeah.
And this is like it's got kind of a satin finish, so it has a little. You can see the details a little bit more. It feels like luxurious.
Yeah, these are really nice.
Like you want to rub it on your face.
And that would be just a beautiful pendant on a chain. Talk about simple, right?
Or earrings.
Or earrings. They are light enough.
You want to live your best tiger lily.
For $10, have a pair of earrings. We do have multiples of those available. I don't know how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 7 or so, 8 of them.
We probably won't be able to get those back in. Just because all the metal stuff is all jacked up. So we were going to have somebody come by, and we have these traveling reps. I don't know how they do it, to be honest. But they have these traveling reps, and every once in a while they'll be like, "Hey, I'm in your area." And a lot of them we don't have anymore. When we first opened the store, we always, maybe once a week, we had somebody try to come by. Now it's probably every 6 months.
Yeah.
And some of it, they come by and they would bring like a boatload. And then some of them, they come in, they're looking like a flasher with a trench coat.
Yeah, you never knew, but there were a lot more of them then. We've sold one of the 27 so far. Thank you so much.
It's very, my favorite is when the African vendors would come and they would like turn up I bet our neighbors and like in here hated it. But they would come in the van and they'd like pop it open and then turn up the music and then just like grooving out. I don't know if you ever
I
went.
never saw that. No. We've just sold another 2 of the 27s. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was a different time.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff like that, we used to get like such awesome deals because they'd be like so tired of like dragging stuff around.
Lighten the load, right?
And like sometimes I would like try to be like, "What's your last stop?" And like we would try to like figure it out to get the best deal, of course.
And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think I've got 6 of these. This is the silver to the gold.
Have you heard from Diane?
Diane. No, Trepanier. I have not. But she did like a post the day she said she should be coming out of surgery.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I worry about people.
I know. We've been sending out good energy every live. I've been trying to mention it. So in case she's catching any of them, she knows. But I know she'd be in probably tough physical therapy right now. And she wasn't going to be home for a few days. Her neighbors were taking care of her while she's recuperating for a few days.
That's good.
This is QFD 28.
Oh, the thing must have got knocked over.
Yeah, your daughter Gertie.
I
She was
would
exploring.
but she is so bad.
She's clumsy. She's a little clumsy
Bless
girl.
her heart, she can't help it.
And this is the silver version of the feather. So there's the gold and the silver.
And it's like she'll ride on my shoulders, and instead of just jumping off, which is not, I'm not super tall or anything, so it's not like she's like going 7 feet down.
Yeah. These are about 51 by 11, by the way.
Sometimes she'll hang on for dear life. And I'm like, that's my flesh that you are currently perforating.
Let's see, what should we show you next?
It's like the cats the other day. I was making grits in the microwave, and I know some of the southern people just like rolled over in their grave about the making grits in the
In the
microwave.
microwave.
But it's fast. I don't have time to be messing around with pots and pans all the time. Anyways, so I was messing around with those things, and somebody got startled, and then once one gets startled, then the other ones get startled too.
Yeah.
And so it's like a chain reaction, and they start messing around in the plates. Their food plates, they knocked into those, and then of course, then they're all running around, and so I sloshed that stuff on my hand, and it burned like hellfire. Luckily, I was able to drop it without dropping it, and run it under the cold water.
This is QFD 29. Had it at 12. I was going to do 8. And I said, let's do 750 for y'all. 750.
That's pretty.
Are these, these large. And this is, again, that gold plated and satiny gold plated.
That'd be fun to beat on.
You could beat on that. You could use it as a backdrop to hang stuff in front of it. You could use it just by itself. Hang it in front of like some silk, maybe. Lots of different things.
Just show it what it looked like.
Right?
So you can picture it in your mind.
Like that.
So that's mixed metal.
Mixed metal. You could do the gold with the gold if you wanted to.
Or
very luxe looking.
if you wanted to pop out some colors, there's a vintage patina paint. I don't know what the new one's called, but they have it, and you could like smear on that feather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could. So you got those.
I had those enamel pendants. That would look good with that. Those long ones that are blue.
Mm-hmm. The blizzard or snowflake ones.
Do they have ones that are plain or do not?
In the long ones?
I don't know what I made.
You definitely had some of the plain ones. I know, like just the blizzard ones in the rounds. I don't know if you did any. Can't remember. They're in the online store, I think, if we have ones that we have.
It goes away.
It goes away. These were also 12. This is the silver version of these.
These aren't real silver, by the way.
No.
Those base metal. But I think it's coated so that it's not it's like tarnish resistant.
Yeah, they are.
Sometimes they use rhodium to make it so it's anti-tarnish.
And I don't think I gave you the size. These are about 39 millimeters.
That'd be real pretty as like a coral branch. Don't you think?
We have this coral.
I thought that one sold.
Nope. I set it aside because you said you wanted it back, but it doesn't sell.
Mm.
This is that Italian vintage antique coral.
But with gold.
But oh, you want it with the gold one?
Bro, look how
Bro,
Lux.
bro, look at that.
Are you team gold or team silver?
Which one are you?
I love both. But for this I like the gold.
Oh boy. I've been
You've been
missing.
ignoring these people?
No, it just all popped up. All it was here was you can add it to the registry. Now there's all these comments. Cat world domination, says Leslie. My cats have torn up carpets in front of doors, Susan says. That's exactly what they do.
Bless their
Anne
heart, they
says,
can't
Susan,
help
mine
it.
too, in front of any closed door. Yep. Any closed door with carpet in front.
This started with Paolo and Babette.
Mm-hmm. Susan says, when they are told not to scratch things, they give us the looks like you have an issue. Anna says, pretty. Suzanne says, I pinned one of Andrew's pins to it.
Mm.
Marianne says, very tired. Good night. Good night, Marianne. And Suzanne says, Team Silver.
Mm. You know what? It actually worked, but then we're tracking cayenne pepper throughout the house. They're like, oh, just sprinkle cayenne pepper on it, and the cats leave it alone. They left it alone, but it got tracked all through the house, and then at one point, I, like touched my face, and I got like burning eyes.
Oh
I'm
my
like, what
goodness.
is happening? I basically pepper sprayed my house with home remedies. That's like I was trying to do the incense, and I was like, "Ooh, I put a little bit of chili pepper in this," and I basically made my own tear gas.
Tear gas. Oh,
And
great.
when it came out, it was like The Exorcist. I mean, the snot that came out of my face, I did not even know could be possible.
Anne says, speaking of pins, I got my strawberry friend. I love
Oh,
it so much.
do you like it? I tried hard.
I love the strawberry friend. Susan says, I'm Team Silver, but have grudging respect for Team Gold.
It's so pretty.
And if anybody wants this, it's still available,
Mm.
unless Andrew's taking it. But this is $120. This is
You know that used to be cheap, and then because it's from Naples.
Naples
Uh-huh.
antique coral.
I was reading about this the other day and how they would use these as souvenirs for tourists.
Oh boy.
And so you could buy this like, you know,
Yeah.
not very expensive. And then they said at some point, I don't know when it was, maybe like the 90s or something, that they still get it nowadays. It's a different kind of coral. People sometimes they think of coral and they're like, oh, coral reef. And they start clutching their pearls. And it's a different kind of coral. It's not the fuzzy one. Anyway, so they stopped producing it as much. And I guess, it makes sense. A lot of those things, they dive for them. They would dive for it.
Mm-hmm. Suzanne
Mhm.
says, have a great sale this weekend. Everyone have a good night. You too, Suzanne. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for that. They had somebody there talking about how in the old times when they would get the amber, they would have these scoop nets and they would roll up their pants and they have this festival and they'd tuck their skirts in and how like almost like a diaper. And then they'd go in the water with the scoop nets and because the amber is light, it would like float.
Mm.
And so they would scoop the amber out. It reminds me of my sister Sheila. She used to live in this town called Venice, Florida. And
Mhm. I forgot she lived there. She did for a while.
yeah, they lived there for a while and they used to have scoop nets and they would get the shark teeth.
And it looks like we sold another one of each of everything there. Thank
Okay.
you. People like them.
They look nice. You could make that into earrings. It wouldn't be super heavy either.
Yeah, I'm gonna get 2 of those into earrings.
Them fan dancers.
Oh, these, yeah, for sure too.
It's like lace. It's like them cookies. What them cookies called? Florentines.
Oh, yeah,
I try to make that, and I guess you have to have like a non-stick,
I bet.
and it made the biggest
Because they're like
like
a
burnt
caramel
sugar,
burnt sugar, yeah.
and it made the humongoid mess.
Spider webs.
Luckily, it dissolved in water.
Oh, that's good.
But at first, wasn't coming loose, and I was like, "Oh, what did I do?" You know, when you've done something you shouldn't
do.
and you're horrified yourself.
Yeah.
I had that experience.
All right, y'all. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. And we'll be back here probably with something tomorrow, unless the sale is so tiring that I can't even do it.
Your one friend has said that they're thinking of coming up.
Who's my one friend?
Oh, Karen Border.
Oh, nice. Be nice to see her. Yeah,
I don't know if she's coming for sure, but she talked about it.
that's good. Haven't seen her in quite some time.
Has she been to the new store? Has she ever?
I don't know if she's been into the new store.
Did she come to the old store?
I think she did once before in the last Ligonier store.
Is she the one that when they had kittens and I went to the Roadster factory and she had short gray hair? Or Patty? Is that a real person? Peggy?
Yeah. Dolly?
No, because she had brown hair.
Yeah, Dolly, she let it go gray for a while.
I mean, this is about 14 years ago.
Yeah, Karen was she was the artist in the art department. She has the big, I think the St. Bernards, I think is what kind of dog she has.
She just had a art show. Did you see that?
No, I missed that. Yeah, it's anyway, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I see people are going to sleep. Have a great night, and we'll see you back here probably tomorrow, everybody.
My maybe recollections.
Recollections. All right, everyone. Thanks so much. Good night, everybody.